everybody. So let me start with the story. I was listening to some podcast and it was talking about how this millionaire, bazillionaire type person, right, was having lunch and the journalist was interviewing him over lunch. And the journalist noticed that the billionaire person had everything pre-planned set. The waiter knew exactly what the person was drinking, what the person was going to eat that day. They had their own designated table that he always went to. And when the journalist dug a little bit deeper, that billionaire person had the same outfit to wear every single day, the same route to work every single day. Pretty intense stuff. The point being, this billionaire person had automated the decisions, the small trivial decisions, as much as possible, right? Took it right out of the equation. And the reason why is because there's only a limited amount of critical decision making we have each and every day, right? Each and every day we can only do so much and think about so much complex stuff before we just run out of energy. Then we start making some dumb decisions. So this billionaire person had automated it such that he had conserved as much of that critical brain power for the big decisions as much as possible. So a little ridiculous for us, perhaps. We're not quite there yet at the millionaire, probably not the billionaire level yet, but we will be. And the point of the story is that we need to be able to take what we can from that lesson and incorporate it into our current lifestyle, right? What can we automate and what can we simplify in our life to gain that little bit of an advantage towards success, right? It's around this time when people would start saying, what if I'm not a morning person? What if I can't get up that early? What if I have so much going on in my life, I'm just so busy that I just can't fit it all in to do this morning routine thing, all right? So let's go ahead and dispel some of those myths. So myth number one, I'm not a morning person. Well, it's true. We each have a certain type of chronotype, as they call it. Are we a morning person, evening person, maybe in the afternoon? Statistically, most of us are a morning person, right? Only a small percentage of us are actually more productive in the evening. But even then, I would argue that there's something to be benefited from capitalizing in that uninterrupted morning time frame. So even if you're an evening person, in the rare chance that you are, it's still worth it to give this a try, to give it a go, to see what we can get out of this experimentation of ours, right? Number two, second myth, we're just too busy. We got too much going on. How can I fit in, yet on top of everything, another morning routine, getting up earlier? Why not try? Go for it, right? What if you're getting up at 6 o'clock already? Well, wake up at 5:30. What if you're getting up at 5 already? Wake up at 4:30. I'm not saying do this forever, but for this go around, for this experimentation, see what we can get out of the guaranteed morning, wake up earlier, and achieve that goal of yours that we've set out to do. Myth number three is, I just can't. I can't wake up. I hit the snooze a billion times in the morning. I just can't literally get out of bed. I would venture to say, though, if we were about to get on a plane, and we had to make a flight, we would get up, right? The point is, when it really comes down to it, we can. It's just that we didn't place enough value or importance on waking up that morning. So the key is to identify and just realize, hey, this is very important. I need to wake up in the morning. Otherwise, X happens, right? Make it important to you, and you can get up. Now, around this point, you've probably already thought about, did I really call the guaranteed morning just the morning routine, but with the word guaranteed right in front of it to make it more buzzworthy? You betcha I did. I did it for fun, just to have a word that to stick into our mind, right? Because the word guaranteed is a very powerful word. It's almost symbolic, right? I think waking up early in the morning is not easy for everybody. It's hard. And by attaching a powerful symbol to it, it could help us that much more, right? So let's talk about, what does guaranteed morning really mean? Guaranteed morning as I define it, is a type of a morning routine that is focused on making a promise to yourself to fulfill an achievement, right? A promise to yourself. That's a big deal, right? You want to be known as somebody who's going to do what they say, right? Keep their word, so make a promise to yourself, right? And then fulfill an achievement. Again, it could be something as small as drinking a glass of water every morning, or going for a morning run and exercising. Whatever that achievement is, you fulfilled it, right? You made a promise and you did it. That's some powerful stuff. So let's roll into the benefits of the guaranteed morning, right? Well, the first benefit is that exactly, we just achieved something early in the morning. We achieved something, we said we would do something, and we did it. Isn't that awesome? Like, who wants to be known as the person who, maybe sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't know. You want to be known as the person who follows through and makes things happen, all right? So even if it's a little thing in the morning, we set that bit and we get on the right track early in the day. And those little wins in the morning do add up as well, right? Another benefit is the reinforcement of a positive psychology. Again, we're talking about a small win in the morning, waking up early. Yes, you actually did it. And yes, you did your goal. Those things add up to a positive reinforcement of the psyche. And why is that? It's because it kind of tells us that we have control over our internal environment, as well as maybe a little bit of the external environment as well, right? By demonstrating to ourselves, proving to ourselves that, hey, I can do this. I have control over this thing. It kind of has that snowball effect again. It just kind of reinforces itself. So start off your day with a positive routine can help reinforce the rest of your day. Finally, let's end this little video with a quick little story. So Tim Ferriss, you probably know him. He's got one of the most downloaded podcasts that talks about deconstructing productivity habits. So the Tim Ferriss Show, specifically episode 254, I believe it is, where he digs into a few people's morning routines, right? So it's a great place to give him some ideas. And the one that sticks out to me was Jamie Foxx's. Part of his morning routine is that he wakes up and he either calls or texts somebody close to him, and just to tell them he appreciates them or loves them, something like that, right? So it's a positive thing to do in the morning that spreads the love. So I adopted this a couple years ago. I started sending text messages early in the morning when I got to work. I'm still sitting in the car, about to get out and head into the office, and I text somebody, usually a close friend of mine, and I would do two things. I would say, hey, here's what I appreciate about you in my life. And then two, a positive affirmation about why I am grateful, what I'm grateful for today, as well as what I'm going to do today. What's the mindset I want to go forth with today? So I would send that to a friend of mine, and if it was the first time they got a text like that from me, they'd be like, "Oh, Johnny, are you okay? Everything okay with you in your life?" It's all good. So they got used to it pretty quickly, and it set a pretty good habit where every morning I would start off with something to appreciate and a statement of intention of what I'm going to do positive that day with my mind. All right, so that wraps up the video for today. I hope you found that informational, and let's go forth with the guaranteed morning.